This incitement to riot, the clear and present danger exception, similar to fighting words, an incitement to riot statute must prohibit imminent lawlessness, something that's going to happen within the next week or so. Yes, that would be imminent. Coach. Brandenburg versus Ohio, 2010. Statutes that prohibit simple advocacy with no imminent threat or harm cannot withstand the First Amendment's heightened scrutiny. Now, there's a lot. They got something about a Ku Klux Klan leader was convicted under the statute after media broadcast films of him leading a KKK meeting. Yeah. U.S. Supreme Court held accordingly, we are confronted with a statute which, by its own words and as applied, purports to punish mere advocacy and to forbid, on pain of criminal punishment, assembly with others merely to advocate the described type of action. Such a statute falls within the condemnation of the First and 14th Amendment, Brandenburg versus Ohio. Now, these hate crimes, yes. Now, I've been the victim of a hate crime. Pow, statutes that punish conduct, specific classifications of people, malicious harassment, vexatious court proceedings. Classification listed in the statute can include race, ethnicity, gender, sexual orientation, religion, homelessness. Seattle Police Department. Ouch! Hate crime statutes that criminalize speech can be constitutional on a clear and present danger exception if they are tailored to apply only to speech to express support intent to intimidate. Virginia versus Black. Now, I just wanted to know this whole concept of governmental regulation without strict scrutiny exposing a compelling government interest. Now, I've had a lot of email accounts closed because of emailing those in law enforcement. Yes. Maybe somebody could call Alphabet about those Gmail accounts where the King County administrator obstructed my emails. Pooch! Now, speech is inclusive of words. Yes. Now, you found them obscene? Pow! I find some images obscene. In fact, when I Googled my own name, somebody was using my name on their website that had an obscene image that I myself wouldn't want to see. Yes. And obscenity is not up to the individual, but when it involves the search engines that use any search words, yes. Any of these websites that have obscene images or anything associated with the actual search word itself, why don't you just search for my name and any name that you can think of, that if one of the websites was actually using search words that thought that it would cause those that surf the internet to look at their website so as to see an obscenity, I could sue them. Yes, you could. Now that could be $1 million. And then there's the big question about all of those companies that say you're spamming. Did they inform the FBI of each and every Gmail, email, Yahoo, Microsoft, ouch, Hotmail, Outlook, Mail.com, GMX. See, lawsuits in prison are not fighting words. I've never incited any riots and riots. Yes. And these hate crimes, yes. I'd like to go through every email address that I've ever had, yes. And then what was the reasoning that you decided to shut the email? Because as I remember, it's about 99% of the emails had a document named ri.pdf. It's a protection order that was issued that happens to violate procedural due process, yes, as well as substantive due process, yes, it does. And the application of these mental health evaluations and treatment, if recommended, is that vague? Should it be void? Is it overbroad, as in the court can say that anybody's crazy without any notice or opportunity to be heard? Now, YouTube, yes. These videos you say that violates the guidelines of the community, yeah. Did you inform law enforcement that I was obscene? I was abusive. Ouch! That I had fighting words. Ouch! There were hate crimes involved in the videos because, as I remember, I think we need to make sure that what is in the government's regulations as well as the First Amendment protections, yes, it is a compelling government interest to know every account that's been closed for the last 20 years, of every email provider right now and every video website right now. I'd like to know the identities of the rest of those that have been violating the community guidelines. See, there's this question about obscenity. Yes. Another exception to free speech is obscenity. Obscenity is usually conveyed by speech such as words, pictures, photographs, songs, videos, and live performances. But it's not protected speech under the First Amendment, Roth versus United States. Now, if I was to see a video, yes, a GIF, anything and everything that I find offensive, I wouldn't be putting that in my videos. No, he wouldn't. Now, I know. You said you had to say I was spamming law enforcement. I would say that everything that I've written is actually protected speech. When I include any actual court order, yes. Any evidence, documentation, ouch. Anything that happens to be publicly available online, similar to this criminal textbook where the author removed their name. You know, even the dictionary is public domain. And I'm going to be suing Alphabet for a few more $1 billion. Then I'm going to get involved in the state and federal governments about making sure that any free email provider notifies each and every time you close an account for spamming. Now, for all those corporations that didn't want the government involved in their business, yes, I would suggest to you, nude dancing, my golly. You know, nakedness. I once put an actual image of the outside of a vulva. It wasn't the inside of a vagina. Yes, it was. Actually, I'd put a picture of an actual cervix in a text message. You know that instant messenger on Facebook? Yes. I decided to start messaging those that are generals and admirals pictures of the actual cervix. Ouch! When you look at it, it doesn't look like much of anything. No, it doesn't. Kind of like a sea urchin far beneath the ocean. I'm sure you find it very obscene looking at the actual cervix, not the vaginal opening of a woman. I know. What is obscene? The cervix? Or the... Some generals and admirals got pissed off at me at that. I'll tell you right now. They unfriended me from Facebook for telling them what a cervix looks like. It's kind of a... It doesn't look like a heart. Doesn't look like a kidney. Exactly what part of the internal organs or the external appendages is actually obscene? I thought, if you don't know what a cervix looks like, you need to know what it looks like. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. If I had messaged a picture of an eyeball, yes, is that offensive? No, it's obscene.